Good morning, everyone. This is Jeannie, and welcome to my channel. I was tagged by my good friend Deb of Deb's Way, and I will link her channel below to do a tag called Get to Know Me. And mine isn't very interesting, not like hers. And I do hesitate sometimes to do personal tags, but I think I can do it without it becoming way too personal. So it has 14 questions, and I'll just answer them to the best of my ability. The first question is, what is your name and who named you? My name is Linda Jean, and my parents, of course, named me. I don't know the history behind it or why they named me that, Linda, because there's no one in my family named Linda. They just call me Linda. And my middle name, for some reason, he called me Jean. But my father decided on that very first day that he would call me Jeannie, Jeanie. And the people who call me Jeannie are my friends. At school, I was known as Linda. And I remember in school, there was another girl who was called Linda, and she was Big Linda, and I was Little Linda. I hated that. She was just taller than I was. I was always a little shrimp at school. Throughout all my years, I never really grew taller, which really embarrassed me. I was always the shortest one, and could never gain weight at all until after I had children. So I guess that's not that interesting, but anyhow, my name is Linda, but my friends call me Jeannie. So it's really surprising to a lot of people to find out that my name is Linda, but my legal name is Linda, and I sign checks with Linda and do all legal things through Linda. So, but my buddies, my friends call me Jeannie. So, number 2, that's the history of my name. I told you it wasn't that interesting. All right, number 2, how many siblings do you have? I have 5 siblings, but my younger brother is passed away 7 or 8 years ago, which really devastated our family. I have another brother, and I have 3 sisters. It was really hard to know that we were now 5 instead of 6. Were you close with your cousins growing up? No, I wasn't. We lived in New England, and my cousins lived in the Midwest. Number 3, number 4. Do you have or did you have a special bond with I think it's my grandparents. I put it on my phone, it didn't all show. We weren't really close to our grandparents at all on my father's side because they lived in the Midwest. They would come maybe once or every other year or every year for a little vacation to see us, and once in a while we would drive out there to see them. And my mother's mother passed away when I was 5 or 6 years old, and I have fuzzy memories of her. Let's see. Number 5, did you enjoy high school? When I was in high school, we moved from New England to the South, and I remember distinctly not being able to understand the Southern accents of our Southern teachers, and not being able to really pick up quickly what they were trying to say and convey. It was a culture shock to move from New England down to the south, which I loved the south. But my sister and I, who were just one grade apart, we used to talk in our bedroom at night. We shared a room. It was really fun. And we would talk about how we just couldn't understand what people were saying. I mean, we did. It was English, of course, but the southern drawl was just so different. Uh, so I kind of stood apart from them. I couldn't really become friends with people in high school because I felt they were so odd. And I was such an oddity. I felt they dressed differently. The weather was different. The clothes were different. It was just such a shock. I don't know why. I guess that's how I perceived it. So I had more friends at church and Sunday school because we were more intimate and had, went places and did things. But yeah, it was hard to transition from the north to the south for us. Okay, so that was the bug man. He is here to spray for bugs. So something that's very necessary here where I live. On the outside of the house. Okay, let's see, where was I? Okay, did you enjoy high school? I kind of did. I loved going to high school and being with all of my the student friends that I had, but I really liked English. That was my favorite subject, English. Let's see. What are my hobbies? Well, let's see. I've never had any hobbies. I've tried to have hobbies. I don't have any hobbies. I do things that interest me. I like to crochet and knit. Let me show you what I'm working on now. I'm trying to make this a little more interesting. Can you see what this is going to be? Let me show you. This is rosin. This is my latest interest that I'm trying really hard to work on. I don't have the strength to practice my violin. I don't know why. My arm gets tired. But this is my new happiness. This violin I bought because my mother played violin. And I decided one day that I was going to buy one. And I did. Bought that one. And my friend Deb helped me pick it out. And I love it. So I think it's really important in our later years to keep your brain active and continuing to learn new things. They say that to avoid dementia and Alzheimer's, you need to engage your hands, which is that, and your brain, which is learning the music. So that is something I've been working on. I wouldn't say it's a hobby, but it's definitely something I'm working on, as well as my piano. I really enjoy playing the piano. I don't play well, but because I'm learning the music with my violin, it makes the piano music a lot easier because it's the same notes. So I'm working on that. I just don't have any hobbies. I have interests. Alrighty, let's see, number 7. What do you do to relieve stress when you're stressed out? I tend to clean a lot. I scrub the corners and just organize things, and to relieve stress. At night, I take bubble baths every night, practically. And to me, that is so relaxing to just soak away your problems. I read a book. Another way I alleviate stress, severe stress. Have you ever had a panic attack? I have. Sometimes the only way I can get rid of stress is through prayer, and to remember the verses in the Bible that I learned and memorized as a young child in Vacation Bible School and Sunday School, scriptures that are just deeply embedded in my heart about how the Lord is in charge of everything, to trust in the Lord with all your heart and don't lean into your own understanding. Acknowledge Him in all your ways and He will direct your path. Sometimes you have to just forge ahead through blind faith and know that you are in God's hands and that He is the one holding your hands, holding you and leading you through your life, the journey of life that He has chosen for you. There goes my bug man. I love him. Get rid of those bugs. So, at any rate, that's how I alleviate stress. Alrighty, let's see. Who is the longest friend you have? One of my best friends, my favorite friends, my dearest friends, whether she knows it or not, is Deb. And her channel is Deb's Way. She's the one who tagged me. I've had a lot of long-term friends in my life, but either one passed away, another couple have gone their own way, and you move, so you kind of lose touch. So I would say long-standing, one of my longest-termed friends would be Deb. We met at the hospital where we were both in training. We had to do this 2-week orientation. And Deb was about 2 people over from me. And I just thought she was really neat, just a nice person, If you ever want to meet a nice person with no animosity, you need to get to know Deb. That's how she is. It's who she is. She's real, and it's very seldom that you meet someone like that in life. So here, where I live, that's my longest good friend. I have 2 others. One lives out in California that I've known since our kids are in school together in 2nd grade, but she's way out west, and we talk quite a bit. I guess she's my longest friend, my oldest friend. But anyhow, she's a good friend. We've been through a lot together. Deb is my in-person friend. My other friend is my out-of-state friend. So, okay, onward. Let's see. Number 9. What is your favorite movie? I'm not supposed to touch my face. Ugh. I don't have a favorite movie. I don't like going to the movies. I don't like walking on the floors. I don't like sitting in other people's seats. Even before this pandemic, I never liked sitting in seats that haven't been sanitized. I don't know. I don't have a favorite movie. I don't really watch movies too much. You know why? It's because they're too long and there's way too much to do. I did like Pride and Prejudice. And I don't know if that's considered a movie. The BBC one that went on and on and on forever. Oh, that was good. And Downton Abbey, that's one of my other favorites. They're not movies. Okay, what's your favorite book? My favorite book in the whole wide world is Jubilee Trail by Gwen Bristow. She was an author in the 40s and 50s, and her books are just about history. I love history. I love British history. So that's my favorite type of book. Favorite thing to do on a stormy day? I like to clean and organize. All of my energy is ramped up, just like the thunderclouds. I get very excited when it starts to get cloudy. For some reason, I am not the type that likes to snuggle down with a good book in a cozy chair with a cup of tea when it rains, the way most of my people in my life like to do. They like to sleep. They sleep better, not me. I go completely wild when it rains. I organize, I clean, I cook, I plan, I think. I don't know why. My husband and I are so exactly the opposite. All right, number 12. Favorite thing to do when the weather is perfect. I like to go shopping because if it's raining, I don't want to get wet. So I figure those are the best days to go out and go shopping and get my errands done. I don't really have a favorite thing to do on a nice day. I like Deb's answer. She said on a stormy day she likes to stay in, and on a nice day she likes to get out. I just thought that was so cute. She's so much fun. Okay, let's see, we're coming down to it. Don't worry. I told you this wasn't going to be interesting. All right, number 13. Do you prefer to live in a big city or a small town? I don't know about you, but I'd rather live in a big city as long as I was in a safe place, way up high, in a skyscraper, in an apartment or a condo where I had a doorman and a place to park my car. Because I feel like in the city you have a lot to do with museums and plays and just places to go, sidewalk cafes, eating out. In a small, I've never really lived in a small town until I moved here. Okay. Number 14. What is the first thing you're going to do when this virus is over? I have a list. I have made a list of 11 things. I'll share it on one of my next videos of what I'm going to do when this virus is over. But I know right off the bat what I'm going to do with my friend Deb. This video is all about Deb, I think. But we're going to have a me day, and we are going to go out, have lunch, go shopping. There's a town pretty close to here, and they have all these little shops of antiques and little places and English scone luncheon places, Victorian lunches, and that's what we were going to do way back in November, I think, and then one thing after another happened, and we just had to keep delaying it. So that's one thing I'm going to do with my friend Deb. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this tag. I'm sorry it's so long. I'll try to shrink it down in my editing. But it was so good to see you and talk with you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.